People would have laughed at you if you had told them a decade ago that they could study anything they wanted for free. The internet has made it easier than ever to learn just about anything you want. So with all this content and courses available, how did you know which ones to learn from and which ones actually work? Luckily for you, Manna member, we've produced a list of the 10 best and most profitable online free courses available right now. Remember that while the first step is completing any of these amazing courses, the second and possibly more important step is taking action, even if it's imperfect action. International gymnastics and Olympic fans now adore Simone Biles. She dominated her competition in Rio, taking home 4 gold and 1 bronze. Her teammates reportedly make fun of competing against her for first place in the non-Simone division because of how talented she is. I was struck by 4 things after watching Simone compete and reading about her in the press that we can apply to our own pursuit of excellence. Biles Simone. Getting over obstacles. Here, the word defeat is used very deliberately. Simone did more than just survive hardship. She resisted letting the difficulties she faced define her, using them as a justification. Her early years have received extensive press coverage. She was one of a mother's 8 children who suffered from addiction. Her paternal grandparents raised Simone after she was placed in foster care and later adopted her and her sister Adria. Simone and her sister refer to their grandparents as mom and dad as a result. When was the last time a team member or co-worker complained that they weren't being treated fairly, or that someone else had received preferential treatment on the path to success? They built obstacles in the way of their own success by placing blame on external factors and concentrating on things they had no control over. These responses hinder performance. Consider the possibility that Simone allowed her early childhood to haunt her. Instead, after being introduced to gymnastics at age 6, she relentlessly focused on it. She declined to allow her past to determine her future, to concentrate on the challenging aspects of her situation, and to contrast herself with those who experience less hardship. Mentors. Simone and her sister were raised in a devoted, secure, and orderly home by Ron and Nellie Biles. Even as Simone's extraordinary gymnastic talent began to show, their parents gave both of their daughters chores to do and instilled in them a humble attitude. They cleaned their rooms, did the laundry, and fed their dogs. Simone's brother Adam describes the outcome of this environment in a recent Washington Post interview. The most remarkable thing about my sister is how normal she is. Actually, I think that's what makes our family so unique. We have no idea how famous people are supposed to behave or carry ourselves. Simone did not let her past dictate her future, but she also needed her parents to set an example for her in terms of behavior, discipline, and perspective in order to get through her challenging circumstances. Whatever your talent or level of ambition, you will need mentors to help you on your path to excellence. To become a mentor, you must seek them out, depend on them, and value them. Focus. As the best female all-around gymnast in the world last fall, Simone won her 3rd consecutive title. She was the overwhelming favorite to win gold at the Olympics, so the pressure increased. According to John Powers of The Globe, when asked how she would handle the pressure and her emotions should she win the Olympics, Simone responded, "Well, I have to make the team first. I must first qualify for the all-around though." Simone is aware of a crucial component of sustainable excellence. You must maintain your attention on the current task at hand and avoid getting sidetracked by the goal at hand. Yes, winning an Olympic gold medal is the ultimate goal, but that can be challenging if you don't make the team. Focus on this job, not the next one, as one of my favorite coaching clients once wisely advised a very ambitious young professional he was mentoring. Setting goals is another demonstration of Simone's ability to maintain concentration. She and her mother established yearly objectives, Her aspirations for this year were limited to making the Olympic team. Cross McDougall reported that she reportedly responded, "Yeah, Mom, and that's where I'm going to leave it," when her mother questioned why she had not set any additional Olympic goals. "And I can set some new objectives if I end up making the Olympic team. I just don't want to put myself in a dangerous position." Unbelievable maturity for a teenager her age. Attitude. The attitude Simone has is another important factor in her success. It's difficult to think of a sport with more pressure than Olympic gymnastics, where medals are decided by the tens of scoring points. However, Simone appears to be having fun and smiling when she is competing. We come across a lot of high-pressure situations and moments in our pursuit of excellence. But you must relish the experience, the test, and the journey. What's the point of not? Many people lose their health, their relationships, and occasionally even their lives because they are so consumed with achieving success. Work hard, but never forget that having fun is also a key component of success. So when you see Simone out there competing on the floor, and she's happy and smiling and making little colorful moments and remarks, that's genuinely her. Brother Adam added of Simone, "Although none of us can win an Olympic gold medal, we can all certainly learn from them. For inspiration, use these components from Simone's success. Overcome obstacles, seek out mentors, maintain focus, and relish the journey." Simone Biles is undoubtedly the most dominant gymnast at the moment, and may be the best gymnast we have ever seen. Prior to the Rio Olympics, she won the last 3 World All-Around Championships, becoming the first woman to do so. We've looked for the factors that contribute to her success. Some of them are replicable, but not all of them. The following 10 factors contribute to Simone Biles' success as a gymnast. She is quick to pick up new skills. It probably doesn't take her more than 3 days to master a new skill, according to her coach Amy Borman. Many athletes, it takes years for them. Simone Biles' aptitude for the sport can be seen in her speedy acquisition of new skills. She was able to move through the levels more quickly thanks to this. She runs powerfully. Simone Biles has a strong run that enables her to achieve amazing dynamics when she vaults and tumbles on the floor. Because her run is so strong, she needs less run on the floor than she does in other gymnastics. And on vault, her strong run enables her to perform incredibly challenging vaults flawlessly. Amy Borman, Simone's coach, was quoted as saying, "Simone can fit a longer pass onto the floor than a lot of athletes because she doesn't require a lot of run into her tumbling skills. She can perform a jump right after performing her skill, the Biles, which awards her difficulty bonus points. This is one illustration of how this really helps her. In order to qualify for the bonus, other gymnasts would need to fit the jump inside the floor exercise area. In the past 3 years, she has hardly grown. Gymnasts occasionally need to relearn previous skills when they experience growth spurts. They must reassess their timing and the mechanics of the skill due to the change in their height and body proportions. Kyla Ross, who was only 15 at the time and hoped to compete in Rio, was the youngest member of the U.S. Olympic team for 2012. However, she gained 4.5 inches of height and quit competitive gymnastics at the age of 19. Simone Biles hasn't faced this challenge because she hasn't expanded much over the past 3 years. She has merely been able to continue picking up new abilities. She received home education so that she could train 32 hours per week. When Simone Biles was 13 years old, she began homeschooling, which allowed her to train 32 hours per week. She used to train 20 hours per week before she began homeschooling, and she credits the increase in training time to the success of her career. Did you know that one of the most important aspects of developing into a successful gymnast is putting in a lot of training time each week? The athletes on the 2016 Olympic gymnastics team train for a minimum of 30 hours per week. It's challenging to fit in that much training while attending school all day. She exercises a lot. In order to compete in gymnastics, Simone Biles likens getting in shape to repeatedly convincing yourself you aren't going to die. I get the impression from that person really knows how to push herself. We are aware that it can be easy to believe that others accomplish their goals without putting in much effort, but this is never the case. Although Biles makes it appear effortless when she competes, she works out hard in the gym. There are costs associated with training for 32 hours per week. Instead of engaging in typical adolescent activities like hanging out with her friends, she is willing to put in the time and effort. She possesses mental fortitude. Biles undoubtedly engages in mental exercise. Because of how poorly she performed at the secret US Classic in 2013, we say this. Amy Borman, her coach, removed her from the competition after she fell several times. She began seeing a sports psychologist after her poor performance, and 3 weeks later, she won the US Championship. The mental exercise every gymnast should perform applying mental techniques that will help you perform better. You can increase your success by using visualization, positive self-talk, setting the right goals, and breathing techniques. Simone Biles' ability to consistently execute the majority of her routines while competing is evidence of her excellent physical and mental preparation. She doesn't appear to be affected by the pressure of a competition. Her attitude is positive. She was only 3 years old when her grandmother and his wife decided to adopt her after learning that her mother was a drug addict. Some people might use adoption and the fact that their biological mother is missing as a justification for not being optimistic and performing poorly. Biles, on the other hand, chooses to emphasize the good things in life, such as her wonderful adoptive family. She responds, "I have everything I need, so there are no gaps left unfilled," when asked about her biological mother. "I never felt as though I needed answers to my questions or that something about me was missing." Her upbeat attitude is evident in Rio, where she frequently supports and cheers on her teammates. Even if she has a bad practice or a meet where she didn't perform as well as she would have liked, I'm sure that her positive outlook helps her to stay motivated. She is humble. "People say I'm the best, but we still don't think that," Simone Biles reportedly said. "We figure we'll believe it if we perform well at the Olympics." She already performs some of the most difficult skills in the world, such as her beam dismount. She currently performs a double back somersault dismount with a full twist. She might believe that she is the only person in the world who can perform the hardest dismount, so why bother attempting anything else? However, she constantly tries to push herself to perform harder skills because of her humble attitude. A video of her attempting a double twisting double back somersault dismount was uploaded by her coach. She is trying to do more, even when she is currently performing at her best. For every 10th, she fights. She competes for every 10th even though she has such difficulty in her routines that she could probably win the all-around at many meets. This is clear when you observe her routines in comparison to some of her peers. Her dance moves are performed with high releve, and all of her leaps and turns are precise. She combines her extreme difficulty with beautiful, clean execution, which is why she consistently wins by such wide margins. She possesses amazing showmanship. Since Simone Biles has such difficulty with her routines, as we discussed in reason number 9 for why she is so successful, she doesn't need to go the extra mile to win and still puts on a stunning performance. While she performs, she beams and genuinely seems to be enjoying herself. As much as anyone, we adore Gabby Douglas, but as we watched her compete on the Olympic qualifying day, we couldn't help but notice that she didn't even seem to want to be there. She didn't laugh or appear to be having fun. When it appears that the competitor is having fun, the routines are much more entertaining to watch. We wish Simone Biles' performance would inspire you to strive to be the best gymnast or person you can be. We all know that when we see someone as powerful as she is, who attained her positive through diligence and humility, we feel inspired to improve every aspect of our lives. Stage fright, also known as performance anxiety, can affect anyone, even renowned athletes. Watch the video to learn how gymnast Simone Biles overcome her sporting anxiety. All levels of athletes, from elite athletes on professional teams to student athletes or adolescents taking part in youth sports, experience performance anxiety. It's comparable to stage fright, also known as performance anxiety, which is the phobia of speaking in public or acting in front of an audience. Stage fright can result in anxiousness and negative thoughts that could impair your performance, damage your self-esteem, or send you into a downward spiral. To reduce your anxiety about competing, you can use a variety of coping mechanisms. If it negatively affects your mental health, you can seek the assistance of a sports psychologist for tips on coping with difficult circumstances. On her sports anxiety, Simone Biles. Even one of the most successful gymnasts, Simone Biles, experienced anxiety before a competition. Because every competition is a brand new experience, she continues, I still get anxious on competition days. It's a new opportunity to demonstrate to yourself that you are capable of doing it, as well as to demonstrate to others your training and character. Simone experiences the most anxiety before saluting and on the way to the competition. She explains it's that anticipation of waiting and waiting. My nerves usually subside once I salute as usual and begin using whatever equipment it is. The 8 tips from Simone Biles for combating sports performance anxiety. The fight or flight response is what your body does when you feel anxious. Physical signs of danger, such as a racing heart, increased sweating, shaking, dry mouth, nausea, and rapid breathing, are all brought on by anxiety. You can get rid of the symptoms of anxiety by learning techniques to let go of or channel your nervous energy. Simone Biles, a world champion gymnast, offers the following advice on overcoming stage fright and putting on your best performance possible. Number 1. Set superstitions aside. When traveling, Simone felt compelled to watch the 2006 film Stick It because she was a young athlete. It became more difficult to do, though, as she aged and her travel circumstances changed, and the habit eventually died down. She claims, I'm not at all a superstitious person. Over the course of my gymnastics career, I've come to realize that you never know where gymnastics will lead you. We've done a lot of traveling abroad. Imagine that I need a particular hair tie and it breaks. How am I supposed to leave the country with that? I make an effort not to obsess over superstitions. I really don't have any. Number 2. Release the tension. During warm-ups, Simone puts herself in the proper frame of mind. On a meet day, she explains, I'm trying to concentrate in so that I have a successful competition. I try to release all the tension during warm-ups to avoid becoming overly pumped for the competition. Number 3. Take in some music. In order to reduce her anxiety, Simone enjoys listening to music as she travels to the competition. By getting you out of your head and away from unfavorable thoughts, listening to music can assist you in overcoming performance anxiety and aid in calming down. I like to listen to upbeat music that gets my blood pumping, makes me feel confident for the competition, and helps me shake off some of my nerves, says Simone. Music takes my thoughts away from the idea of competing. Number 4. Work on your self-assurance and encouraging self-talk. Gymnastics is a high-impact sport, so you need to be sure that you can execute tricky moves. Negative self-talk or self-doubt can cause you to stumble and possibly injure yourself. She says, I know that things can turn a little bit iffy, and a little bit dangerous for yourself if I'm lacking confidence. To be able to go outside and be safe, you almost have to fake it. Number 5. Recall your instruction. Always keep in mind that you are practicing the same skills you learned in training whenever you step onto a gymnastics mat or other playing surface. I always tell the girls it's the same exact meet. When I hear them complaining about being anxious about qualifying for a bigger meet they want to attend. Nothing changes other than the name of the meet. You are performing the exact same skills that you practice, says Simone. Try not to think so much and then just go through the motions when you begin to overthink. Number 6. Remain attentive. Before a competition, Simone blocks out outside noise to stay focused. She says, I try not to use social media, and because it makes me a little bit more anxious, I try not to let those outside voices affect me. Number 7. Fuel yourself with adrenaline. You can benefit from the stress hormone adrenaline. As Simone notes, you might experience an increase in anxiety before a sporting event. In fact, she says adrenaline is there to help you out because you might feel a little bit nervous. So in my opinion, everyone uses adrenaline to get through their daily activities. You become slightly more powerful and confident as a result of that almost nervous energy entering you. Number 8. Practice deep breathing. You may feel more at ease if you practice deep breathing. I try to take a step back and really work on my breathing when I'm at a meet and I'm really nervous, and I can feel the adrenaline and my heart is racing, says Simone. I feel like if I work on my breathing techniques and my heart's not racing so fast, I can get into my zone. Simone Biles, also known as the GOAT or the greatest of all time, has dominated gymnastics at the young age of 24. The impact she has on the sport or the world for that matter is far greater than her record-breaking accomplishments, countless medals, and numerous awards. Let's dig up a few unbelievable facts about Simone Biles, the Olympian with a golden heart, as she sets out on her greatest adventure ever. In many facets of the U.S. gymnastics, Simone Biles is first and has amassed the most achievements. Simone became the first female American gymnast to win 4 gold medals at a single Olympic Games at the 2016 Rio Olympics. She had previously become the first gymnast to win 3 straight World All-Around Championships from 2013 to 2015. She won the title for the first time in history as a Black woman in her first World All-Around competition in 2013. For the first time in almost 25 years, Simone won all 5 events at the U.S. National Championship in 2018. She then made history by becoming the first gymnast in more than 60 years to win 5 gold medals, including one in the all-around competition at the 2019 World Championship. Additionally, as her moniker the GOAT might imply, while Simone holds the title of first in a number of categories, she also holds the title of most in a number of others. The facts speak for themselves. 19 of Simone's 25 World Championship medals are gold, giving her a total of 25. Her accomplishments at the World Championship competitions have made her the most decorated female gymnast in history and the American gymnast with the most medals ever. Simone Biles is just the 5th gymnast in Olympic history to win 4 gold medals. Simone has a great chance of setting yet another record based on how she performs at the Tokyo Olympics. Simone can tie the record for the most gold medals ever won by a gymnast, male or female, at the Olympics if she wins 3 golds in Tokyo. She is currently halfway to her goal of the tie-breaking 7 gold medals at her first Olympics in Rio, after winning 4 gold and 1 bronze. The current leader in American Olympic medals is Shannon Miller, who competed in the 1992 and 1996 Games. Simone always gets a pizza pie for herself after a meeting. Simone Biles puts in a lot of effort every day, so she deserves more than just gold at the end of the day. Simone enjoys ordering a pepperoni pizza with stuffed crust for herself after competitions. A great choice if we do say so ourselves. After the 2016 Rio Olympic Games, Simone spoke candidly to ABC News about her secrets to success, as she is frequently questioned in television interviews. She gave a straightforward response: pizza. Even if I don't take home the self-gold, it doesn't matter. Every meeting ends with pizza for me. In a competition, Simone Biles became the first woman in history to successfully land a Yurchenko double pike. The Yurchenko double pike Simone Biles performed while competing at the 2021 US Classic went viral online. The particularly challenging skill had historically only been performed by men until this vault pass. A Yurchenko double pike is a round-off onto the springboard, followed by a back handspring onto the vaulting table, and then a pike double backflip into the air to land. It is named after former Soviet gymnast Natalia Yurchenko. The women's gymnastics code of points currently has 4 elements named after Simone Biles. According to the written regulations of the FIG Women's Artistic Gymnastics Code of Points, one must successfully perform the skill at a World Championships, an Olympic Games, or a Youth Olympic Games without falling in order to claim the name of the signature move, such as the Yurchenko double pike. 4 of Simone Biles' signature moves have already been acknowledged and demonstrated in a national competition. She soars high with the Biles and the Biles 2 on the ground. A double back layout with a half twist is known as the Biles, and the Biles 2 is a triple double that involves 2 flips and 3 twists in a tucked position. The vaulting Biles consists of a round-off onto the springboard, a half turn onto the horse, and 2 full twists at the conclusion. The Biles is a double twisting double backflip that is performed on the beam. Assuming she performs well at the 2021 Tokyo Olympics, Miss Simone Biles will soon have a 5th skill bearing her name, the Yurchenko double spike. Of the 555 American Olympians competing in Rio 2016, Simone Biles was the shortest. Simone gets some serious height on every event, even when you watch her compete on television. She can perform tumbling passes up to 10 feet in the air during the floor exercise. Simone Biles, who stands at 4 feet 9 inches tall, was the shortest competitor at the 2016 Rio de Janeiro Olympic Games. Even though it is obvious that Simone is shorter than most people, she has admitted that one of her biggest pet peeves is when people point it out. After all, she is aware of her diminutive stature. The entire body of Simone Biles' leotards is covered in jewelry. The plan, she explained to Marie Claire, was to get back at the haters. I didn't think it was necessarily fair that they were free to say whatever they pleased, but that if I spoke up, it would be unfair. I swear if she put a goat on her Leo, blah blah blah, said the haters in jest. They would be furious over that. Afterward, I thought, oh, that's actually a good idea. Let's make it so the fans love it and the critics hate it. That is precisely what we did and why we did it then. We just hope that young viewers won't feel bad about excelling in anything they choose to pursue. And that's my issue, when people tend to focus on other people who are skilled in a particular area. Everyone can tell you that you're good, but once you admit it, it ceases to be cool. And I want children to learn that yes, it's acceptable to admit that you're excellent at something. Simone has been able to design a line of unique leotards for competitions thanks to her partnership with GK Elite. At the World Championship competition in Texas this year, the first of her goat jewelry made its debut. Simone Biles' 2 French bulldogs are the only possible things she loves more than gymnastics. Flips, selfies, and of course Simone's Olympic journey are all featured on her Instagram feed. Her biography lists her as an Olympic gold medalist, pizza connoisseur, and dog mom, the 3 titles she is undoubtedly most proud to use to describe herself. Rambo and Lilo, her puppies, have been by Simone's side for nearly all major events, making them the ideal companions for an Olympic champion. The top 9 moments in Simone Biles' gymnastics career. Number 1. The 2011 American Classic in Houston, Texas. Simone, the 14 years old, competed in her first junior competition at the 2011 American Classic in Houston, Texas. She placed 3rd overall in the competition after taking first place on the floor exercise and balance beam. Number 2. St. Louis, Missouri, 2012 U.S. National Championships. Simone placed 3rd overall at the 2012 U.S. National Championships there. On the vault, uneven bars, balance beam, and floor exercise, she also came in first. She placed 6th overall. She soon became a member of the U.S. Junior National Team. Number 3. 2013 American Cup. Simone made her senior category debut at the 2013 American Cup. She replaced gymnast Kyla Ross and Elizabeth Price at this FIG World Cup competition, finishing in 2nd place. Number 4. 2013 World Artistic Gymnastics Championships in Antwerp, Belgium. Simone defeated fellow U.S. teammate Kyla Ross to win her first all-around gold at the 2013 World Artistic Gymnastics Championships in Antwerp, Belgium. Number 5. 2014 U.S. Classic in Chicago, Illinois. Simone's performance at the 2014 U.S. Classic in Chicago won all the awards. In addition to winning the vault, floor exercise, and beam events, the latter of which she tied for first with Kyla Ross, she also won the overall gold medal. Number 6. Simone won gold medals for the U.S. at the 2014 World Artistic Gymnastics Championships in Nanning, China, in the all-around, balance beam, and floor exercise categories. Simone guided Team USA to their 2nd consecutive world team title during the final team competition. Number 7. 2016 Pacific Rim Championships, Everett, Washington. Simone won the all-around competition and received the highest score on the vault at the 2016 Pacific Rim Championships in Everett, Washington. Number 8. Rio de Janeiro, Brazil, 2016 Olympic Games. Simone made her Olympic debut for the women's USA gymnastics team in Rio. During the 2016 Olympic Games, she won gold in the team all-around, individual all-around, vault, and floor routine, in addition to a bronze medal for the balance beam, making her a 4-time Olympic gold medalist. Number 9. Stuttgart, Germany, will host the 2019 World Championships. Simone obtained gold medals 24 and 25 overall by winning 5 of the 6 available gold medals during this competition. 4 gymnastic maneuvers bear Simone Biles' names. One of the greatest modern gymnasts of all time, Simone Biles, has a few skills named after her. Here are some of the abilities that bear the Olympian's name. Number 1. The Biles 1. A floor exercise that features a double layout and a half twist is one of Simone's signature moves. Number 2. The Biles 2. This second floor exercise move is a triple-double, which is a double backflip with 3 twists. It comes after the Biles 1. Number 3. Biles on the vault. This maneuver consists of a front stretch somersault with 2 twists performed on the Yurchenko vault, which was named after Soviet gymnast Natalia Yurchenko at the World Championships in 2018. The first woman to ever successfully complete this move was Simone. Number 4. Biles on the beam. A double-double dismount or double twisting double backflip is what the Biles on the beam exit move entails. That's it for this video, Manna member. Remember to subscribe to our channel. And if you feel like we've delivered value, please share this video with one person. That's right, just one person, as a token of your appreciation for the hard work we put into making content that educates and helps you on your mission of building your own fortune. Remember, you can watch video after video But it isn't until you actually take action that you'll start to see results. See you soon.